The sponsorship, Musa Sisi added, has been backed by the commitment of GRTS and Africell.
The World Cup is the single most watched sports in the world. It's the biggest. And to have Africell associated with bringing this game to the Gambian populace just shows you Africell's, perseverance and, of course, efforts in trying to get whatever it is that is sports and its progress and its development in this country to the people.
It is time to come and support GRTS. Africell has done its bit. Everyone else should come and support. All businesses should come and support. There are still sports that are left to be sold, and if you want to be part of this exciting event, which is going to be 64 games, all live on TV, GRTS, come and support GRTS.
The World Cup is the greatest football show on earth, and for GRTS to secure the rights to show the 64 games through the support of President Jammeh, and Africell goes to show the institution's commitment to providing its extreme views of quality service. Rohibite, GRTS.
8 people nabbed with what is believed to be cannabis sativa are helping operatives of the National Drug Enforcement Agency advance their investigations. A staggering 300 kilograms of what is believed to be the most abused contraband in the Gambia were seized by NDA agents. Uminjai reports.
Drug Law Enforcement Agency recently nabbed 8 young Gambians with over 300 kilograms of suspected cannabis sativa from different jurisdictions. The suspects, believed to be residents of Jinak in the North Bank region and Koloro in the West Coast region, were rounded up allegedly possessing and trafficking illicit drugs. The seized substances, bundled in papers and plastic bags, were packed in bags by the suspects, probably for onward distribution to potential consumers in the urban areas.
The NDA operatives successfully arrested around 300 kilos of cannabis from different jurisdictions, like from Nyumi. The operatives that are posted in Nyumi arrested around 184 kilos of suspected cannabis. Special operation unit also of the NDA succeeded in arresting more than 10 kilos of cannabis. And then other jurisdictions like Birkama also do arrest some accused persons with quantities ranging from 2 to 4 kilos.
The agency, which has renewed efforts to combat the abuse of drugs in the country, has beefed up surveillance in its key areas, which is believed to be the driving force behind big catches in recent times.
They survey their targets and then mount possible patrols, and then they successfully arrested these suspected cannabis, which were allegedly found with the accused persons.
The alleged persons will henceforth appear before a competent court where they will face charges ranging from drug trafficking and conspiracy to trafficking drugs in accordance with the Drug Control Act.
For trafficking, the penalties is a fine of nothing less than $1 million, plus a mandatory jail term of 10 years. In default, another 5 years imprisonment. So it's like a mandatory jail term of 10 years plus $1 million, in default 5 years. So this is showing the stance and the toughness of the law in the country.
The government of the Gambia, through the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, has reiterated its position on the war on drugs. Modi Job, the public relations officer, used this opportunity to plead with the general public to report suspect cases regarding drug peddling, while urging young people in particular to desist from the misuse of drugs. Ominjai, GRTS.
That story by Uminjai takes us to our first break, but we'll be back with news from outside the Gambia.
Fashion Shop, the best in town, has the latest fashion wear for ladies. Kanilai Group International Fashion Shop, or KGI Fashion Shop, brings you latest abayas from the Republic of Indonesia, the home of good textile and fashion. Our range of collection includes ladies' fashion, shoes and menswear. Walk now into KGI Fashion Shop along the Kerava Avenue, just adjacent to the traffic lights junction, and get quality abayas in retail or wholesale at unbeatable prices. For more information, call 4398-313 or 776-6429 or 996-5776. KGI Fashion Shop.
Welcome back. Tensions continue to rise in the capital of the African Republic, a day after a dozen Christians, among them a priest, were killed by suspected Seleka rebels. Hundreds of angry Christian youth took to the streets to denounce the killings and swear revenge. Many of them attacked and destroyed a mosque in an apparent show of hostility towards the minority Muslim population who have come under attack since the collusion of the Seleka rebels seized power. We have more in this CFI report.
Set on fire and barricades set up to block many roads in Bangui, the capital of the Central African Republic. Tension is rising as Christians destroyed and pillaged a mosque to express their anger. They also took to the streets of Bangui to take part in a peaceful march against the ex-Seleka rebels.
It's too much. The Central African people were massacred by the Seleka coalition. They continue to be massacred by mercenaries. People are being kidnapped. Only yesterday, several dozen people were kidnapped, despite being protected by Burundian soldiers from MISCA.
International peacekeeping mission soldiers took position in tension-filled, mostly Muslim neighborhoods. MISCA deployed to the Central African Republic's capital are trying to prevent Christians from attacking Muslims in retaliation for the attack against a church on Wednesday in the center of the city.
What happened yesterday caused everything to spill over. We can't put up with it any longer. It's not just because a priest died. The death of any Central African should move us.
At least 15 people, including a priest, were killed and around 30 wounded in the attack on the church. Central African Republic President Catherine Samba-Panza was on a two-day visit to Congo-Brazzaville, but she chose not to comment on the increase in violence between Christians and Muslims in her country.
We now take our second break. Sports is next.
International KGI is offering a massive discount on the 30-kilogram bag of rice. With an unbeatable retail price of $550 per 30-kilogram bag. Yes, you've heard me right. Only $550 available on sale at the Kanilai Group International Store. The point of sale is at KGI head office situated at the Standard Chartered Building at Traffic Lights Junction. Come and buy in numbers while stock lasts. For more information, call 4398-313 or 778-6429 or 996-5776. Kanilai Group International.
Welcome back. With barely 17 days before the World Cup, the Ivorian government has organized an event to support the elephants as they prepare for the showpiece event. Ivory Coast are one of 5 African teams competing in the World Cup in Brazil. They face Asian giants Japan in their first match at the Rio Arena. We have more in this CFI report.
Celebrating the national team while there's still time, even if it's before the competition. Wednesday evening at the Sports Palace in Trècheville-Abidjan, it was party time for the elephants, a very official mobilization ceremony to draw public support for the Ivorian national team 17 days ahead of its first match in the World Cup against Japan.
I'm asking all traditional priests, all Marabout, essentially all who have any power, but most of all I'm asking all our players who have the real power to fight and do everything they can so that their participation is positive.
Ranked 21st by FIFA, Côte d'Ivoire is the first African national team, and it's the 3rd time in a row that the elephants are taking part in the World Cup. At this time of national reconciliation, the campaign is an opportunity for the government to emphasize unity.
We should always